Okay, so today I went to my locals and I finally played my Melffy deck that I have posted like a few months ago. And I am here to tell you how it went, what I want to change, and what I think of the deck that I made. So first of all, it went terrible. I lost everything and got a bye at the end, sadly, because I wanted to play and deck test way more. But I think this deck has potential because I didn't win 2-0. All the games that I played when I played like 2-1. So I at least won one. The dice rolls, I won 2 times of the dice roll. I'm very happy about winning at least 2 times of the die roll, because now I know that the die roll isn't that important in Melffy's. It's more about the board breaking. If you're going second at least. Because if you're going first, even the cards that I posted or that I show in my other cards, like the trap trick into the artifact sanctum, and I will tell you what really happened. So my games were game 1 Eldritch, lost. Well, of course I lost everything, but I went to 1. I lost the die roll, lost game 1, won game 2, and lost 3 in time. Sadly. Dark World, same thing. Lost the die roll. I won, lost game 1, won game 2, lost in time game 3. Nah. Third game, Sky Striker Runic, lost game 1. I lost game 1 and I lost game 2 in time. But if I played a little bit faster, I maybe could have drawn that one, because I was 1,000 won. So won the game and then draw the match. But I was a little bit too slow because our first game was so grindy and he got me at the end. But let me show you the deck and what I wanted to change. So my deck list is from the Melffys is 2 Catty, overperformed, 2 is a very great Melffy Puppy. I played 3 Melffy Puppy. Melffy Puppy is at 3 maybe a bit too much. I think 2 is way better, so you can add more resources. And I will show you more about resources. I played 3 Wally. You want to see it in your opening hand. It's the strongest card you want to see. Overperformed, always keep it at 3. It can even be fodder. Yeah, it's very strong. 3 one-offs of Melffy Pony, Penny, and Fanny. Pony is very strong in the grind game. This was so helpful. It didn't come up a lot, but I was so happy that I still had it in the deck. Melffy Fanny, a good one-off. I played 3 Calentosas, which I want to show later. And Calentosa is just very strong, but it's just an Unbreaker and obedient school target for just fodder. Great card. Melffy Penny, overperformed always. This is such a strong card. I want to run it at 2, maybe for 1 less puppy, but this at 2 is so strong. Against the runic, my apologies, Sky Striker player, he banished it both 2 times, so I couldn't use it, and it was so good to use. Oh my god! So I would definitely run this at 2. Very strong. 3 Canatoses, like I said, overperformed. 3 is amazing. Even if you draw it in your hand, you still have your Melffy Fanny. Overperformed. I can understand when you play it at 2 because you want something, but 3 they don't expect it. It was very strong. Overperformed. I play 1 Alpha Master of Beasts, also overperformed. Very strong card. You just special summon him from your hand, bounce, special summon again if needed. Very strong. Overperformed, really do. Don't want to put it at 2 because it's searchable, but that's it. 3 Beaver. Beaver is very strong, overperformed. Keep it at 3. You can make it at 2 to make this a hand trap or something, but I like it at 3 because you can use 1 as fodder, then you still have 2 in deck. You can use the graveyard, still have 1 in deck. You can put it back with Melffy Hide and Seek. Very strong, amazing card. Yeah. Overperformed. I can understand if you would play that too, but I think 3 is still fine because you want to see it in your opening hand, because you want to make Melffy the Forest, detach and search for a Melffy card. 3 Rescue Cats. Yeah, it performed okay. It went through every time. I changed my build a bit before playing because in my normal hand I played this combo, but I put this one in the side deck because with rescue cats you can summon these two, and then you can make Naturia Beast, but you never know when it's a really good deck with spell cards. So I put that in the side deck, and I like it in the side deck. But I will talk about the side deck soon. So it was an okay card. It gets you into a Melffy, every Melffy card, or a Xyz monster if you want a Zeus. I don't. I think it's a strong card, but if you have Obedience Schooled, maybe you can put it down to 2 or something, or maybe even 1. So for the spell cards, we played 1 Melffy Hide and Seek. Overperformance, very strong card. Melffy Staring Contest, never needed it. Never ever ever needed it. I think this you can cut this card because this card only comes up when you draw it and when you don't have any starters, but you do have Alpha the Master of Beast. So you throw it away for Melffy to search Melffy Wally. That's actually the only thing you can do with it. But Beaver is way stronger than this card because Beaver is also keeps the body on the board, and this doesn't. So the second effect doesn't come up either. This should have been a way stronger card. For the spell cards, we have 3 Obedience Schooled, overperformed, very strong cards. Special summon 3, make everything you want, build a board, amazing cards. Keep in mind you can't Zeus, but sure. Very strong card, overperformed. Now for the trap cards. I played in the builds 3 Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence, always happy to see it, never down to see it. It's a very good going second card to stop stop plays. Yeah, it's amazing card. I would not cut it. I think it's very strong going first or going second. Always happy to see it. Another Melffy trap card was Melffy Playhouse. Never really came up. It's an okay card. It got popped the only time I searched it. You can remove it for hand traps. I still have to play with it a bit more, but I only got to use it once, so yeah, it is what it is. Then I played the trap package for going first. 3 trap trick, artifact sanctum plus sight, and deep barriers. These cards sucked. I was never happy to see them. Well, going first, I was okay to see them. The card that underperformed was this one. Well, I played against Eldritch that doesn't summon, and Sky Strikers that let Link summon. So this underperformed very well. This performed okay, and this just searches one of these two. So I would only search for Sanctum. And I think that I would cut this package for a hand trap package because hand traps are way more better or way better. So I would cut sides to put in the extra deck. I have to read the card, the name. The Mystical Beast of the Forest. I don't know what the first thing. So we only need to replace 9 other cards. And with these 9 other cards, I would like to replace with hand traps like DD Crow. I would throw in a Draw and Lockbird and a D-Shifter. Or a Super Polymerization. So these cards are useless and you should throw them away. So we have 1 for the sides, and then you can play 3 Super Poly because Super Poly is very strong. And when I show you the extra deck, you can easily play more to use. DD Crow is very strong. It's a beast. You can play Bestials, but hey, I don't have the money. You can play D-Shifter or Draw Luck. It depends on what your locals is playing. This against Dark World is very strong, so I should recognize it. And you can actually, when you go second, you can play under D-Shifter. So because you can go second and then you build a board. Yeah, that's it. I think D-Shifter, you can play it. It's not optimal. It's not optimal, but it's better than all the other stuff. So these are the cards I would run instead of those traps. So pick 3 of these. These. Okay, so I'm editing this video about my deck. And I just wanted you to know about Melffys because I didn't make a thing really clear. I think I can explain it a bit better. So if you're going first or second, and you start with Dimensional Shifter, because Dimensional Shifter is a crazy good card in this deck. What your plays are actually a little bit different, and I will show you. So I will show you just on my regular mat. So when you start off with an Obedience School, a Rescue Cat, or a Nimble Beaver lineup in your hand, just one of these, and D-Shifter. So you D-Shifter in your turn or their turn. And for instance, you play, just start with the Nimble Beaver lineup. You just Nimble Beaver. You overlay for, of course, our, where is he? Melffy of the Forest. Detach Melffy of the Forest, it's banished, but keep in mind it's banished, so you have one less Nimble Beaver, but you can also recycle. Search for our big brain Melffy Wally. So you always have Melffy Wally. So say this is the first turn. Search for Melffy Wally. So you have at least Melffy Wally. And Melffy Wally, of course, special summons, goes to your hand. And special summons, if you do not have them in your hand, of course. Puppy and Catty. So keep in mind that you have a negate, you have a destroy, and you have a spin back. When you summon something, you add Spinny back. And you can always send this one Puppy back for Calentosa, so you have an extra destruction. So this also in the end with Catty. So now they have to play through D-Shifter with you destroy a card, you can negate a card for them, and you can synchro summon using Puppy, because for now we have still 3 Puppy. So these are banished. So keep in mind that this card is banished, but I want to bump this one up to 2, so sure. And you have another, you have a spin back. And not only that, you can also still use or throw this one back to your extra deck if you summon something, and then you can resummon a Joyous Melffys that you can only activate in their next turn. So keep that in mind, because if you target this one now, there's nothing in your graveyard, of course, because you play D-Shift. So that's how you play around D-Shifter with Melffys. You do not build this card on turn 1. That it would be a death sentence, so keep that in mind. You just play around with Melffy Forest Detach, search for Melffy Wally if you don't have it in hand, and you play around the board that way. And Melffys are, of course, for resource management. So you lose 3 resources with it, but you can always gain more because you can next turn, if they don't destroy this one, detach, search for Melffy Hide and Seek. Melffy Hide and Seek can only from the graveyard throw things back, but with all these cards in your on the field, it's very strong. So that's how you play around. It's the same with Obedience Schooled and the same with Rescue Cat. You just try to build Melffy of the Forest because this card is amazing. Detach, search for Wally if you don't have it, and that's how you play with D-Shifter. I thought I just made a 4-minute extra video for you for this video, because while I was editing it, I think I thought maybe I should show you why Dimensional Shifter or DD Ground is such a strong card. These 3 would be my playlist, my card choices. But it just depends on what your locals is playing. So with those cards, I would definitely replace with these cards. Then for the extra deck. Ooh. Boral Sword, overperformed, very strong card. It's more of an OTK card. but hey, it is what it is. Strong card. Definitely play more of it. If you have access code is way better. You should play access code instead. I played I have to rearrange. 2 Melffy of the Forest. 2 is an optimal amount. Very strong card. Overperformed. The search effect. The negate never came up, but the search effect always came up, and it's very strong. Joyous Melffy. I think cutting this down to 1 if you really want to have extra space, because you can always return it with Melffy Hide and Seek. Also very strong card. Never played the second one. I was more playing Melffy of the Forest than Joyous Melffy, but still a strong card. You can keep it at 2. Divine Arsenal Zeus. Very strong card. Made it. It's a very scary card. Overperformed. Easy keeper. I played this Xyz package. So I will call their names. Sky Cavalry. Never made it, but it's still a strong Zeus target, so you can maybe keep it. Number 64, Ronin Raccoon. Never made it. You can replace it with Gurura. Same with this one. Replace it with Gurura. Same with this one. Replace it with Gurura. The names of these ones are number 96, Dark Mist. And this I can never read it. Sorry, I can't read it. It's too dark, the blue. But you can play for Gurura, Mud Dragon of the Swamp, and Dragon's Tepelia for your package. So you can remove those cards. You can also remove this card, because this card can attack directly, or, well, all Melffys. So very strong card. And Omnibimaru is a very strong card. I could not use it, sadly, but or else I would have used it. So you can still keep this one around. These 3 or 4 are actually the only thing you need to cut. You can cut, like, if you cut this one, use how was she called again? IP Masquerena. You can use this one for access code talker. And then you have a strong access code talker. And Onibimaru, strong cards. For the Xyz, never made these 2, but these are also optional. I could have made this against Sky Striker, but sadly, the truth was that I literally drew both of these cards in my opening hand. That's life. That's life, yeah. It's what all the people say, eh? And I even drew my rescue cat, so it's so sad. Runic? Come on, man. I played against Runic Sky Strike and I couldn't summon him. Oh my god, it's a free win. And this, I never made it, but I have 2 few of Synchro or Tuner monsters. But now with bumping it up, I think this is still a strong card to use in your extra deck. And the star of the show. 2 Merry Melffys, the strongest card ever. You summon him whenever you want. If you play extra cards in your extra deck, like Hop Air Squadron, it's crazy. You can special summon in their turn if you already used and you can't use it again, or it's in your graveyard and you have no way of retrieving it if you don't have Pony. This card is a very strong card, can make this one also amazing. This card says when it summons, spin a card back on into the hand. Amazing, yeah, nothing to worry about. It can even be spun back for Melffy of the Forest. I think 2 is perfect, but you can also play 1 because they also recycle with a Melffy Hide and Seek or their own effect. So very strong card. That's the extra deck. I told you everything I would change by the extra deck. So let's go to the side deck. I played this package for the Naturia. Like I said, this goes into the main deck, so you only have 1 thing, so you have 1 extra space. I played the Kaiju package. 3 Slumber, 3 Wind Kaiju because, well, Plunder, and 2 of the Dark Kaijus because I needed the lowest attack I had, and the Gamasu. Sure, it's a great package, it's very strong. What you could do is remove some for extra cards. I think the Kaijus are also very strong. I knew that the person that plays the Ralok package wasn't here, so I could play this package. Yeah, it's very strong. Very cool. I think this is very good for going second and you being able to play a bit more. But I think that using, was it 3, 6, 9 cards for your extra deck, it's not that great. You can better play like 3 Kaijus and then have these 6 spaces for other things. I played 1 Dark Hole in this build. I know the Ralok isn't here, but I think replacing 3 of these cards with 3 Dark Holes, so you have 3 more cards for side deck cards, is very strong. So I think you can better play Dark Hole. It does way more for going second. And these cards you only put in when you're going second. So yeah, more Dark Holes, please. I played this package. It would be so fun if I could summon this one against Dark World, but I couldn't. The Sphere Mode, Rust Sphere Mode, it's a very strong card, but not in this meta. I feel, and the beautiful thing is Melffy can play around him. You have Melffys and this in hand, Melffy summon in the end phase, and you actually broke their board, and now you have time to gain resources. Very strong. But I think I would cut it for some hand traps. So that was the side deck. So cards that I would cut are what I said. I would cut like this. So you have 1, 2, 6, 9, 10 spaces to play. So what you can play in the side deck instead of these cards are going second cards like Nibiru is still a strong card. People don't play around it. Maybe only when they play Sprite, but everybody plays Tearlaments and doesn't respect this card. I think this is a perfect side deck option. Besides it, you can play evenly. You only want to break their board with Melffys and then special summon in the end phase. Very strong card. If you have an annoying locals and they play with the graveyard, you can search this one for the banish, or when they have one card they really want to keep, like Eldritch or Sky Striker, this is still a very strong card you can play. But I would definitely play 3 of these. I think those are very strong. This is a very strong going first card, or first card. Going seconds is very strong. Yeah, I think these cards are way better than these cards. So you put in 2 Dark Holes and 3 of these and 2 of these. Yeah, very strong. But also don't forget Ice Dragon's Prison. It's very great. So Ice Dragon's Prison, different dimensional ground, evenly matched, and the Beardle. Yeah. So this is my deck change. This is what I would change about the deck going forward. Whenever I play again, I will keep you posted. But where's my? But when I want to keep you posted, there is one problem. There are just so many decks I want to play. I want to play with my numeral package again. By the way, very strong deck. I keep winning with this deck. It's very strong. I will show you guys what I changed in this deck. It is my $4.39 deck, but I changed it around a bit. My numeral deck, which I would show you later. I want to still play with Ojama branded. It can go first like very strong. It can build a board, and I really want to play Monarchs also. Also want to play Monarchs with all these decks I want to play. It's very strong. I want to also play Tri-Brigade 2 ships so much, and I don't have the time for it. So when I ever try this deck out again, I will let you know. Melffy gang out.